by golly, we just cannot ignore a trend, which is why our cupboard is full of those baggy jeans from 2003. And if a trend is spotted by one of our eagle-eyed subscribers, so much the better. For instance, when, in a recent feature, we lamented a painful moment in Deus Ex when we were powerless to stop an unfolding tragedy because it happened behind glass. Glass walls with NPCs just the other side of them. My biggest nemesis. Commenter Nick Hustler spoke for many of you when he requested more on this oh-so-familiar scene, when a grisly happening simply cannot be prevented because it plays out behind an apparently unsmashable window. Hey, we would help, but, you know, glass? Here then, at your behest, commenters, are times that you were powerless to avert tragedy because it happened behind glass. Damn you, glass! Beware spoilers for the following.
Gordon Freeman is a hero, a scientist, and a hero scientist. What other crowbar-wielding, alien-smacking protagonist can boast a PhD in theoretical physics? Gaming's favourite test tube wrangler has a brain the size of a planet and presumably calves to match, bearing in mind how much time he spends crouch-walking through vents. Seriously, you will feel this tomorrow. Gordon may be inspiring enough to forgive him that goatee, but when other members of the scientific community try to follow his lead and go all heroic, he can't be counted on to save the day. Although much of the glass inside Black Mesa's rapidly disintegrating research facility is provably breakable, there's nothing Gordon can do to save this brainiac he encounters battling headcrabs. I mean, short of shouting, "Look behind you," but audible speech isn't really his style. Not helping is the fact that this bit of glass is apparently crowbar resistant. Probably that G-Man's idea. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Not until I get the gravity gun anyway.
Wake up, Commander. Shepard, do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack.
It's always nice to know that when humankind's greatest hero kicks the bucket, a shadowy, humanity-favouring cabal is there to revive them. So when Commander Shepard dies in the first 5 minutes of Mass Effect 2, you'd better believe Cerberus is there to pluck our favourite space hero from out of the void, like a Pikachu plush in a UFO catcher. However, before they can finish putting Shep together again, Cerberus's ship is also attacked, this time by a load of hacked mechs.
We need to get to the shuttles.
Wow, Shep just can't catch a break. But a little thing like not being completely brought back to life isn't going to stop Shep from killing a bunch of bad robots. I tell you what will though, glass. You think one of Shep's biotic powers would help, or a gun? Surely that would break it. Turns out no. Shoot at the glass all you want, it won't help. Instead of saving them, you'll have to watch on helpless as your crewmates get shot to pieces by the aforementioned bad robots. Oh well, you can't save them all. That's the first thing they teach you in Commander School. At least, I think it is. I was usually busy doodling Garrus in my exercise book.
Who's my little guy, huh? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There she is, see? Mommy's not going far.
In Fallout 4, you start out thinking you must be the luckiest person alive. A Vault-Tec salesman drops by to get your details for the local Vault Fallout shelter, only for nuclear war to break out minutes later.
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Talk about lucky! I mean, like, relatively speaking. Once you get down into the vault, all you have to do is get decontaminated, which in Vault-Tec speak means be cryogenically frozen against your will.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Turns out Vault also means experimental prison of doom. Still, you're given a brief respite when you're thawed out later on. A little bit dazed, having just been as active as an ice lolly, you see two strangers open up your spouse's cryopod. Hooray! We're gonna be freed! I mean, like, that's why you woke me up, right? Surely. Well, turns out no, as you, almost literally frozen in place, watch through your cryopod window and see your spouse get shot and your baby ripped from their arms.
I'm not giving you Sean!
This is seriously not what it said in the brochure, I expect. I mean, I wasn't going to read the whole thing. It was like 300 pages. God, who's got time for that? You don't manage to escape until years later when you're defrosted a second time, vowing to your spouse that you'll work tirelessly, night and day, to avenge them and to save your son Sean. What?
Shh, it's all right, McCoy. He's here. Nothing to be afraid of. I knew you would come.
It's comforting in a way to know that even in the year 2508, humanity will still rely on good old glass to keep you separated from people who desperately need your help. Necromorph squashing Isaac Clarke, for instance, simply cannot intervene in the many grisly tableaus that he finds playing out throughout the USG Ishimura's corpse-riddled medical deck. And that's despite packing protective armour, a healthy array of weaponry, and a great instinct for removing limbs. Don't worry about that, Necromorph, he's harmless. Nobody? Oh, everyone on the spaceship's dead. Or else they'd definitely be laughing. 500 years in the future, however, glass technology has presumably evolved so far that Isaac knows he shouldn't even bother trying to save this lab worker who begs for his help.
Come on! Come on! Let me out!
Before getting brutally taken to pieces by a rascally Necromorph. In Isaac's defense though, there's very little of this so-called medical deck that's worth saving. I mean, technically he could try and help this blood-soaked doctor in a glass operating booth apply some gauze or whatever, but we wonder if she's forgotten the finer points of the Hippocratic Oath. Eesh, just goes to show that sometimes those glass walls don't so much keep the good stuff out as keep the scary stuff securely locked in. In much the same way that the glass in your computer monitor, phone screen or TV is the only thing stopping us from getting out. Blur! Just kidding, you're safe. Because of the glass.
Good morning, Morgan. I'm Dr. Bellamy. Looks like we have some tests to run through today. Probably not the kind of thing you're used to, I imagine, but trust me, you're going to do fantastic. All good? Great. Let's begin.
In the opening section of Bethesda's Prey, you quickly learn the durability of space glass through vital scientific experiments.
Oh, glass won't break, will it?
Vital scientific experiments. It's tough stuff, so you're pretty relieved when you, get it, you, because the character's called Morgan, you? No one? Find yourself safely behind this big glass panel when everything on the futuristic space station goes sideways, as things on futuristic space stations invariably do. But not everyone has such good luck with glass. Later, you reach this decontamination chamber. Seconds after you're locked in, you're given an object lesson in why this is the right side of the glass to be on, as this unfortunate spaceman stumbles into view and gets husked up by a nearby mimic. The mimic then grows extra legs, turns into a horrific spidery smoke monster, and splits into four, scurrying off in different directions.
No one has been able to stop the mimics from multiplying since they broke containment. I'm going to help you stay alive. Just a little further.
Yeah, you know what will keep me alive for ages? This decontamination chamber. I'm just gonna stay here. You can send snacks. Just make sure they're not gonna turn into mimics and eat my face off. Pringles, ideally.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled.
The glass placed between you and a game's unfolding tragedy is normally there to stop you thinking you can intervene. Occasionally though, you'll be glad of a little silicate defense. Bioshock delivers one such instance during an early encounter with a little sister, one of Rapture's cherubic younger residents, whose interests include ponies, Disney's Frozen, and harvesting gene-modifying stem cells from corpses? I think I'll keep these Frozen stickers to myself then. Descending one of Rapture's many plush staircases in the game's early stages, you'll find yourself on opposite sides of the glass to a little sister, when disaster strikes. A crazed splicer sneaks in with murder on his Adam-ravaged mind, and here's you stuck behind a window, the strongest barrier in video games. Never fear though, someone on the right side of the glass is here to help. A Big Daddy, psychologically programmed to protect little sisters, although clearly not obliged to stop them witnessing scenes extremely unsuitable for minors. Hey, he broke the glass! I didn't know we could do that. Although, can we take a moment to appreciate that Rapture prefers wired glass, which is safer in the event of a breakage. Cheers, Andrew Ryan. Always looking out for us.
Get up! Now! Joker's loose. Alert the warden.
Batman has defeated insane clowns, insane female clowns, omnipotent aliens, and guys with twice the normal amount of faces, so you think he'd be able to handle a glass wall no problem. In fact, here he is smashing one up with ease, so it's not like he can't do it. What, then, is Batman's excuse for not saving the Arkham guards from Joker's lethal airborne toxin? Here we see Batman rush around a corner only to watch on helplessly as a load of Arkham employees choke to death just the other side of this glass. I feel like at this point you could still punch them free, Bruce, which is more than can be said for a few seconds later when these heavy metal shutters slam into place.
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas. Anyone caught in there is dead.
Nice timing, Bats. What kept you? Better not have been Riddler trophies.